Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am going to share with you my engagement story because I am engaged. I remember when I first introduced Dom onto this channel, it was called Meet My Bae and me would meet awkwardly in the video together. Hopefully you'll see the boyfriend on the channel more. We'll see. And then our first holiday when we went camping together. We are back at the campsite and there has been drama. We've just shared so much because I started the channel before I was in a relationship with Dom, and it's so nice to look back on those videos, just have them easily to look back on my channel. So I thought I would share my engagement before I forget all the little details of everything that happened. So I've been engaged for a little while now and it's still very odd how we got engaged. An ambulance was called, but it was still a lovely engagement. Before the engagement, he said, I would like to marry you. I would like you to choose your engagement ring. So I chose my engagement ring. It's this one. It's not a traditional engagement ring, but I just fell in love with it. It's a teardrop shape engagement ring. It's really gorgeous. And then I just had to wait for him to propose. So he said, I'm going to propose, but I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to propose. It's going to be a surprise. So I knew it was coming, and every time we went out I was thinking, is today going to be the day? I did think he was going to propose to me in a graveyard for a little bit because we wandered into this graveyard, really old church, really old graves, and we wandered into it and I went, oh my god, look at all these graves. We're looking at them and I said it's really beautiful because the graveyard was next to a field and it was beautiful. The church was beautiful and everything, and I thought, oh my god, what if he proposes here? And he had said to me that he was taking the ring with him so that if kind of the moment came up that maybe he would ask me there. I was like, anyway, I think we should go. I was thinking, no. Me like, oh, the church is so beautiful. What a beautiful church. And thinking, you better not propose to me in a grave. I don't want a burial engagement. I had no idea when it was going to happen. We then went back to Essex to see our families. Our family went out for a meal. Dom's family and my family all met up the first time they'd met, and it was a meal. And it was in a pub that me and Dom really like. And the half of the pub is a normal traditional pub, and then they've got a separate room where they've got a restaurant in it, but it's very small. There's maybe about 5 tables in the restaurant area, so it's very intimate, and I had booked a table. So we were on the long table in the middle of the room. And then a few other people, there was like 2 other people, and then another couple who was sitting behind Dom. Note the couple that was sitting behind Dom. So we're sitting there and then Dom proposed. It happened very organically. He got the ring out, I put the ring on, everyone was looking at the ring. But at the point where the ring came out of his bag, and I knew it was the moment, I knew, okay, he's going to propose here. The man behind Dom, the elderly couple, the man just slumped. Like completely just slumped. And I was looking over like, what? And the woman was like shaking him and trying to wake him up. And I was thinking, I was so distracted. Like I knew Dom was going to propose right here. I knew everyone at the table was looking at Dom. Dom was going to propose. And I was like, what is happening behind Dom? The staff came rushing over. Dom was oblivious to this whole scene. I put the ring on, the engagement happened, and then Dom looked behind him and realised there was this whole scene behind him. And an ambulance was called, 3 paramedics rushed in. They had him on a drip at one point. We were all just sitting at the table stunned. They then had to get a stretcher and stretcher him out, and they had to move all the tables into the seating so that they could get the stretcher. So Dom was kind of like penned in. They were like, oh, you're gonna have to just stay seated, and they put all the chairs like against Dom's chair to like pen him in so they could get this man out. Oh my god. And I was like, this is crazy. This whole like scene has just unfolded. We're getting engaged, and is this man okay? And then as they were stretching the man out, he had come back consciousness, but he was like very confused, and she came up to us and she said, I'm so sorry about all this. I haven't ruined your meal. We were like, what? No, of course you haven't ruined our meal. Are you okay? And then she said it was their wedding anniversary. It was their wedding anniversary. I think they've been married for 50 years. And it was their wedding anniversary, and we've had 50 amazing years together. So it was weirdly romantic. Like, I know that sounds odd, but it was, because she was saying like how much she loved him, and we've had 50 great years together. And then there was a rose on the table, and you know I'm a magpie. Oh, I love to hoard, I love sentimental things. So there was just a rose on the table and there was no one else coming into the restaurant. So I thought, oh, I wonder if I can take the rose. I'm gonna ask her if I can take the rose. So I took the rose out of the vase. It was kind of like wilting, the rose, so I thought they're just gonna throw it in the bin anyway. And there's no one else going to come in after us. So I took the rose. I walked over to the woman and said, can I have the rose? And she went, what? Can you have the... She was so rude. And then I said, well, I've just got engaged. I used my engagement card. Like, I've been engaged for 5 minutes. And I was like, well, I've just got engaged. So she was like, yeah, fine. Okay. And I still have the rose. I put it in this little crystal vase. And here is the rose. I dried it. It's all completely dried. I want to do something with this, and I was thinking maybe when we get married I could put this in the wedding bouquet, but then I don't want it to get destroyed, so I'm not sure. That's my engagement story. A man lost consciousness, an ambulance was called, but it was weirdly romantic. What is the chances that on the day Dom proposes to me, someone else is going for an anniversary meal, a wedding anniversary meal, and they've been together for 50 years. And I was kind of thinking, maybe this is a really good omen, that maybe we'll be together for 50 years, me and Dom. So I hope you liked this engagement story. It was at a family meal, the engagement, and then subsequently an ambulance was called and a man was popped on a drip. But he was fine by the end because he had come round. Now, because I'm such a psychopath, I'm like, what does the 50 years mean? She was married to him for 50 years. Me and Dom, we must be getting 50 years. Like, she's passing down her love to us. I don't know, it just felt like a good sign. I also didn't tell her I was engaged because I thought it'd be insensitive. Imagine if I was like, 50 years, we're fresh in the game, I just thought that'd be rude. You know, she's talking about her husband's condition. I'm like, sorry, engagement party. Tell me what you think about our engagement. Tell me if you're engaged or if you don't want to get engaged. Let me know. Let me know your reasons for, like, what if you don't want to get married, or how you feel about it all. I'm having I'll do that in another video, what kind of wedding I'm having, because I was going to have like a fairy spring wedding, or I was going to have an autumn Halloween wedding, but in autumn it just rains all the time in England, so I'm just worried that it's just going to be a washout, but then you never can tell with the summer. Anyway, not going to bore on about it. You know, something new happens in someone's life and then they turn their whole channel into it. Like, I've got a boyfriend, and then every video is like, hi, it's me and my boyfriend. Like, let's not bore on. I may do another video, if you want me to, about my wedding plans. Very small wedding. I'm having it in a venue that I already know the venue. It's a cafe. A very small wedding, very intimate, very shabby chic. I'm thinking pumpkins carved out with roses in them. I'm thinking flower girls with fairy wings. Just all very weirdly bohemian. Like, I didn't mean to, but like now I'm kind of looking at all the stuff, I'm like, it's kind of bohemian and intimate and family, and it's really like a nice family meal and gathering is really what I'm planning for, as opposed to like, woo woo, party, disco, cringe, being like, woo woo. I'm gonna stop babbling on. If you want another video, I'll let you know. If you don't, that's totally fine. We can just resume. Let's resume programming. I'm not trying to program you. This isn't a cult. Gonna go now. So I'm engaged, letting you know. Ambulance was called, either good sign or bad sign, we won't know. Let's see, let's catch back up in 10 years. Let's see how it is. No, I'm joking. Anyway, I'll end it here and I'll see you again soon for another video.